Hi, here Florin Grozea, Mockup founder and entrepreneur, and it's my honor to have Nick Baklanov from Hypeauditor here with me. Thank you, Nick, for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting, Florin. It's a great pleasure to be here.
First, tell me shortly about Hypeauditor for those who doesn't know about this service and company, and also what do you do at Hypeauditor?
So, as you said, my name is Nick Baklanov, and I'm a marketing research specialist at Hypeauditor. Hypeauditor is an influencer tool for fraud-free and effective influence marketing. So at Hypeauditor, we do all things that can help you to work with influencers. You can discover influencers, you can check their accounts for fraud, check their accounts to know more about their audience, and you can actually manage campaigns and get great analytics of your influencer marketing campaigns with the help of our tool.
For me, Hypeauditor is the world renowned company in this niche of fraud detecting and social media audit. Can we say that social media audit, influencers audit?
Yes, sure.
So we are talking about influence, of course, because this is influencer marketing conference. Reach doesn't equal influence. So how do you define influence today in 2021?
If we're talking about like digital marketing and influence marketing, then we should say that influencer is a creator who managed to build a large followings on one of the social media platforms. And so there are different types of influencers, like micro influencers only with 1,000 followers on Instagram, and celebrities, mega influencers with over 1 million followers. And all of them have different type of reach and different type of influence. So when we talk about reach, we can measure, we can estimate the reach with the help of tools, for example, like Hypeauditor. But how to estimate the influence of that influencer? I'd say that influence is an ability of a creator to motivate their followers to take an action. And so there can be different actions, like easy ones, click to the link in a bio, or like take part in a giveaway, or use hashtag, and some more desirable actions, more desirable by brands actions. For example, make a purchase. So, for example, if we take a beauty influencer who posts about new skincare cream, and that beauty influencer writes that it's the perfect cream and never experienced anything else with other creams, and you should definitely buy it, and here is the link, and here is 10% discount code, followers go to the site and actually buy this skincare cream with using of the code. This is the real influence of that influencer. So yeah, it actually can be measured by money earned with the help of that influencer.
If we are talking about micro influencer and maybe even nano influencer, that means let's say maximum of 5,000 followers on Instagram, let's say. Are there influencers if they have only 3,000 followers? Can we say that they influence somebody and they are influencers, or are just content creators wanna be influencers?
Yes, we say that they are like nano influencers, and we say that they're actually on the rise because they have more engagement rates and they have more good relationships with their followers. So yeah, they are really influencers. And I recently read a quote by Stephen King that you never knows whose life you really influence. So yes, everybody is an influencer right now.
There are also quite a lot of scandals in social media because of misconduct from influencers. So What advice do you have for picking influencers that align with and don't damage a brand? So what's your advice for brands to choose the right and relevant influencers to minimize, the probability for misconduct or problems or even scandals in those campaigns?
I think that when choosing an influencer, you should check their content. Actually, yes, that's an easy piece of advice, but sometimes when you have to look through hundreds of influencers, you don't do it. But you should check their content, and not only like 3 last posts, but dive deeper, go down like a few months ago and read captions, read how influencer communicates with his audience and how followers comments. Also, you should always check whether influencers' content aligns with the brand values, and you should make a Google search of influencer to see whether he was mentioned in some news, maybe. And also you can check other platforms. So if you are going to work with the Instagram influencer, you can look if he has a TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, or something else, and see what kind of content he posts there. So these are like main basic pieces of advice that can help you to avoid scandals.
Thank you very much. And we are talking about an impact of a commercial campaign, of an influencer marketing campaign. What drives the impact of a campaign in your experience? How can you rise the probability to have an impact working with influencers?
So firstly, I think that you should know your target audience really very good. So gender, age, interests, what they like, who do they follow. So that's number one.
Yeah.
Number two is to be able to find influencers with your real audience, with your real engaged audience. You don't need bots, you don't need mass followers, because bots don't buy goods.
Yes.
So you know your audience. You can
for
find,
now. For
yeah.
now.
you know your audience. You can find the right influencers with your audience, and then you should craft a good message that would capture the attention of your potential audience, and the message should be with easy and clear call to action. So it's go to the website, take part in the challenge. This is my personal code. So I think that these are like 3 main steps for a campaign to have an impact. Like know your audience, very good. Know your audience, very good. Find influencers with your audience, and make an easy, good message with a great call to action.
When talking about influencers, the first thing that comes in everybody's mind is awareness, brand awareness. Let's partner with some influencers to get more awareness for our brand or our online stores or our launch. But in the end of the day, everybody's looking at sales. So how to successfully use influencers, not only to showcase products or to promote products or brands, but to sell those products and services?
When we're talking about like influencer marketing, people always think that it's a paid collaboration with influencers, paid for post collaboration. So usually like a brand pays money for influencer, and influencer make a post mentioning brand and giving a link or something like that. But it's only one tactic, and it's a small piece of influence marketing, because there are really dozens of different ways how influencers and brands can collaborate with each other. For example, brands can ask influencers to take part in their affiliate marketing. Brands can make with influencers joint products for the influencer audience. Brands can even like use whitelisting influencers when brands can run ads through influencer ad account, even without posting an ad to the influencer's feed. So there are actually many tactics and ways to work with influencers and so to drive sales. It depends on the goal of the brand and depends on the brand's budget. So the main advices will be the same as I had mentioned before. Know your audience, find right influencers, and make a message with a good call to action. But also I want to add that you should always measure the results of the campaigns. You should always measure what you do, and you should always know your numbers, so to make it better for you, to make ROI of every campaign better, better and better.
It sounds like there is hard work there. So this is complex complex process to research influencers, to contact them, negotiate, create the content, and then mixing with other digital marketing tools and strategies. So I know that you are looking at a huge amount of data from social media. Huge. I saw that you have over 12 million influencers that
20,
you
20.
are.
We have over 20. 12 is for
20.
Instagram. Is for Instagram. 20.
Whoa.
Okay.
Over 20. So there are a lot of data. So you're the perfect person to ask what platforms, what social networks to look at now, the hot ones, and which KPIs to focus on in every social network. So what are, let's say, top 3 social networks that are hot right now in influencer marketing industry?
So traditionally, first one is Instagram for influencer marketing, because brands and agencies now know how to work with influencers on Instagram. So what metrics to watch, how to measure the success of the campaign. And hot platform is I won't be original to say that it's TikTok. It's really hard, and but not everybody understands how to make the right influencer marketing with the help of TikTok. But actually it's hard, and it's hard because of its algorithm. You know, I like to I have a report at Hypeauditor to see the most grown accounts, and I usually one time a week I see who has the most followers growth in different countries and on different platforms. And you know, on Instagram they are the same. So like Ronaldo, Kardashian, so they're always 10 most grown accounts are always the same, week to week, week to week. And on TikTok, they're always different. And like you can gain a few million of followers on TikTok, in a week period of time. So that's why it's interesting, because of its algorithm. It's another way. And third platform is YouTube. So these 3 are the most popular for influencer marketing: Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. As for KPIs, they depend on goals, and they are different for these platforms. But what I would like to say that you should focus on community building around your brand. You don't want to think about influencer marketing like a one-time campaign. It's a process of community building around your brand.
So is it a good thing that creators can build huge communities on TikTok so quickly. So, okay, this is something new. And of course, we are looking at TikTok, but is this something that we want? Those big numbers in short amount of time?
You know, it's interesting because as for me, I think it's kind of dull when leaders don't change during the time. So when I look at Instagram, I can say that like Ronaldo will be on the first place in a few months, and on TikTok, I don't know who will be. Like trends really emerge on TikTok very fast. It's more dynamic.
Okay.
It's more dynamic.
Yeah. It's more dynamic, and everybody's talking about TikTok. So this is something that I want also to be part of the conversation, and the people who are watching us to know that TikTok, it's not a new kid on the block. It's already a big player, and I saw that even in Romania there are more active users on TikTok right now in fall 2021 than on Instagram. So this is something surprising. TikTok to be bigger in terms of active users than the Instagram, the big, the number one player in the last years. But on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook, there are many countries already asking for labeling. So this is the next subject that I want to talk with you. Will this labeling, will this disclosure of working with brands, will decrease the reach or the engagement if it becomes standard? What do you think? Do you see that where are commercial campaigns with brands and influencers? Do you see something that's changed, or the content is the same and the results are the same if the influencer does not disclose this collaboration? What do you see?
Yeah, I know that there are some researchers about like that posts, promo posts with the ad label have a lower engagement rate than usual posts of an influencer. But I don't think that's because of the ad label. I think it's mostly because of the content of that promo post. And if you like take a promo post without ad label, you can see that it has lower engagement rate than the usual post of that influencer. Mostly because promo posts are written by like brands dictation, and they usually are not authentic. They're not what influencer wants to say to his audience. But if we take a good product that influencer is interested in, and influencer describes his own experience with that product to his audience, and it looks more like a piece of advice from an expert, then if you will put an ad label, it won't give harm for that post. You will see like a great engagement for that post. So I think that it's not a problem, and actually I recommend to brands and influencers, if money involved, if an influencer was gifted or like received remuneration for a post, it should always talk about it, like put an ad label to be fair and transparent with his audience.
Thank you for this feedback, because there is a huge discussion in Romania, and the online publishers association, and also other associations from advertising industry are talking about labeling the commercial campaigns in social media. So this is a hot topic right now, even in Romania. And there are a lot of, the influencer marketing and the influencers are under fire more than ever. Even the word influencer is something that's very, powerful. It should be powerful. So it's an influence. So he or she influence communities. But also there are a lot of so-called influencers, wannabe influencers, who don't influence anybody. So this is a real danger. And I want to ask you how to prevent those situations where there are companies and services and experts like you working every day for this industry and doing a good job, and who wants to give transparency to this industry and meritocracy, if you want. But also we have influencers that they are just called influencers. They don't influence. So that was a big question. How to prevent and how to respond to those criticism that are often very, very objective, and they are right to show the problems in our industry.
Yeah, I understand what you're talking about. Like the industry is actually very, very young. So
yeah,
Instagram is 11 years right now. So industry is being formed right now. And as for media, we got really great media attention for like beauty influencers, for like Kardashians, for influencers from reality shows who make different scandals and who make crazy things. So but there are actually a lot of experts who are influencers too, like doctors, lawyers, and they are influencers too. They are in the influencing marketing industry. So from our side, Hypeauditor company where I work, we have a goal to make an influence marketing transparent, fair, and effective, both for brands and for influencers. And we do it through data. So I think that data can help, because we can check, for example, account of an Instagram influencer and say how many followers are real and how many are bots and mass followers. And if you see that he has a lot of bots and mass followers, he probably maybe purchased them to be more influenced than he is really. And brands won't work with such influencers. So we are transforming and helping the industry through data.
Okay. Thank you very much. I have a question regarding Romania in the worldwide context. Hypeauditor monitor influencers from how many countries? Do you have a number?
Right now, I can't answer. I think like actually more than 80 countries. More than 80 countries. But when we have a client from a country that we don't monitor, like
you can add
Dutch country. Yes, we can add it for market analysis. We can add it for discovery. So yeah.
So maybe are things that you see on the Romanian social media market that are different, maybe for good or worse. Are there something that's different in Romania? In the worldwide context, let's say just an example. We don't have Twitter. Twitter is not a thing in our country. That's something that I saw that's different from UK, United States, and so on. Are there other things that differentiate Romania from other markets in the social media influencer marketing niche?
about Twitter, it's really it's news for me. And why don't you? It's not popular like.
I know.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, I am on Twitter, but it isn't a thing in Romania. The celebrities are not using it. The big content creators are don't using it. So I don't know why. But what's different besides Twitter?
It's hard to say. Like when I analyzed influencers from Romania. Like there are countries where you can see like some features that are not usual for other countries.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there are countries with extremely low engagement rate, like Kazakhstan, for example. It's
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but engagement rate in Kazakhstan is like an average engagement rate is 0.5%. So when
okay.
When for the world is like 2.5%, yeah.
On Instagram.
On Instagram, yes.
We are talking about engagement on Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, on Instagram, yes. And for example, in Kazakhstan, there are a lot of mega influencers who mainly gained their followers through giveaways. And giveaways are extremely popular in Russia, in Ukraine, in Kazakhstan, and like if you check accounts of mega influencers, you can see that they have like sudden spikes and then decline, spike, decline, yeah. And so they are really extremely popular. Giveaways are extremely popular, and that is it. There are countries with a high engagement rate. For example, I don't know why, but Scandinavian countries like Sweden, Finland, they have high engagement rate. And as for Romania, I think like it's you have average metrics like other European countries. So I can't see anything that stands above. Maybe. Actually, I wanted to know about ad labeling. You said that you are talking right now about ad labeling, and do you have right now like some guidelines for influencers how they should make a disclosure or no?
Yes, we have some guidelines from some associations, but we are at the beginning with them, and they are not enforced on the law. So this is not something that is default conduct on our industry, and that's why it's a hot topic, because there are a lot of brands and of course agencies that want to impose that, and also the influencers and managers don't want to be so much law in this new thing. So looking at the future, and this is my final question for you. Thank you very much, Nick. What are the key trends that do you think will shape influencer marketing next year? Are there some key trends that you can see from your huge data that you have on Hypeauditor and you can share to us?
Sure, Florin. First of all, I think that we will see future development of social e-commerce because platforms make it easier to make purchases on the platform and not to leave to the website. So there will be really a rise of social e-commerce on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and etc. Second trend that I can see is that all platforms see the value of creators' content, and they want to give more ways to monetize the content for creators. So we will see that platforms will give more ways to earn living through influencer career, and it will be a real profession. Yeah. And the third trend is about governments. I think that governments all around the world see the actual power of influence on social media, so they will make new laws and new guidelines. And yes, it's like nowadays in some countries it's a wild west, but government wants to control it and to take part, probably even in fees from influencers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nick. It was nice to talk with you again. And I hope we will see maybe next year at Influencer Marketing Conference. Thank you again. And you are doing a very good job. As you know, I'm a fan of data-driven influencer marketing platform. And have a good day.
Thank you, Florin. It was really a great pleasure to have a conversation with you. And I'm sitting in a t-shirt of Hypeauditor, but I didn't show it. It's our mascot. This cat is our mascot. And so everybody who wants to know more about like data-driven influencer marketing, you can come to our website, hypeauditor.com, and ask for a demo, and we will show you how we can help and make your influencer marketing campaigns better.
Thank you very much, Nick, and have a good day.
You too.